Alrighty, a very good evening to all of you, my friends, relatives, well-wishers. Welcome to our program, Health and Healing, with me, Dr. Haynes. I would like to let you know that this program today is in the studio. I know it's been a long time, but today it's the studio, and don't be afraid to make your calls because I'm here to answer the phone. Once your questions are related to your health matters or your body system or anything concerning the disease process on the clinic and all of that. But welcome once again. And it's been a long, long time since we had a live studio program. As a matter of fact, this is the first one for the year. First one for 2024. And we're inviting you to sit back, relax, and enjoy our program as you normally do. I was hoping to be on with Dr. Richard, but I don't think that we actually set up to take care of that today. So I'm here by myself. I'm all open for you, and you could utilize me in a decent way, okay? All right? Today, I want to talk with you about how not to get sick. You know, simple, how not to get sick. You always hear talk about, oh, I feel sick, I don't know what to do, I have this problem, my head hurt, my belly hurt, my back hurt, my foot hurt, everything hurts, you know. My pressure is high, my blood sugar is high, my pressure is low, my blood sugar is low. You know, this person has cancer, this one has flu, this one has viruses. We hear that every day, okay? We hear it all the time, and it has become basically a norm in your ears. It rings in our ears every day, the same thing every day, all the time. So we've done this before, in different ways, and we do it all the time. I don't know if some of you pay attention or not. You may not be paying attention. Some of you just sit there and you know, you're not really listening to anything. You're just watching me and admiring me, and so it's just okay. I ain't mind that either, but you need to pay attention to what I'm saying to you, because I would prefer to know that you're well and not sick. I would prefer that. As a matter of fact, our work is to help you to get well so you can overcome your sick or disease state. Okay? That is what we do. That is what we believe, and that is what I think you need to understand, that sickness is not normal. You know, disease is dis-ease. It is not normal. So, you know, the talk about, your pressure high because it's normal. When you get to this age, it's normal. Your prostate is enlarged because you're over this age and it's normal. You know, I mean, it's not normal. You're having this vaginal discharge, and every woman have it, it's normal. It's not normal. If every woman have it, we have a serious crisis, because those discharges are not normal. You know, my urine is burning, but it's probably burning because I hold it in too long. Maybe it is, but burning is not normal. Or I'm going to the toilet once every 2 weeks or once a week, but I'm told it's normal. It's not normal. You're eating every day. How could you eat every day and not go to the toilet at least once a day? It's not normal. So all those things that whoever is telling you or saying to you that are normal are not normal. Simple one, my hair is falling out. Oh, that's because you comb it too much. Or it's not normal that it fall out. It's not designed to fall out. You know, it's not. I have a cold, but it's flu season. It's normal. No, it is not normal. And talking about that recently, and I've said it forever, that the coronavirus has not gone or is not going anywhere. It's here with us for life. It's been here and it's not going anywhere. okay? Recently, we've been seeing more and more persons laden with coronavirus, totally unaware that they have the coronavirus. Totally unaware. Most of those persons are vaccinated. And it is normal that yes, you vaccinated and you wouldn't know you have it because it blocks your ability or your body's ability to report to you that you have a problem. That's what the injection did to you, right? So you have the virus and you have other viruses and you're spreading it like crazy and you don't even know you have it. You know, so it's all sorts of things, man. So today I want to talk about what do you do to not get sick, right? Because we are living in a sick society. Most of our persons in our society today are sick. I mean, seriously, very sick. And some are so sick that they can't even walk. Some are so sick that they can't get up out of bed. You know? And all of that I'm saying to you, it's not normal. Disease is not normal. Disease, in my opinion, is a curse. It's something that we brought sometimes on ourselves, or someone brought it to us. It's not normal, right? So I've got some notes that I jotted down before I came, which I'm hoping that you would write down or remember. Some of you can't remember nothing. And you say, oh, it's old age, it's normal. No, no, no. No, there are people who died 100 years old, 102, 103, and living at 102, 103, some of them. And memory is sharp as ever. So don't tell me that your memory is going because you're getting old and it's normal. It's not normal. There's a reason why it's like that, right? So I made some notes, and I want to share them with you, and we can discuss them, and you can call. Today you can call me anytime, right? When I say anytime, I mean on the program, okay? You can call me anytime on the program, and I'll stop what I'm doing. I'll listen to you, and we'll address you and go back to what I'm doing, all right? So you can call me anytime. Don't think that you have to wait for me to tell you. The number's up there, you can call, right? So the first thing I want to say to you is that you need to consume more fruits which are in season. Consume more fruits that are in season. In other words, right now, I see mango in season, okay? There's mango in season. And there are a few other things that are in season, right? But I know mango is in season. So I made it my duty to get me some mangoes, okay? And I got me a whole lot of mangoes. People say, oh, mangoes going to give you diabetes. Baloney. Mangoes don't give you diabetes. No. Eating the mangoes will spike your blood sugar up a little bit. Yes, it will go up, but it will come back down because mango is a fruit. And your body can process the fructose or the matter that comes with the mango, the vitamins, the minerals, the components that come in, your body has the ability to process it, and it will get rid of whatever it doesn't need, and it will use what it needs. Mango is very rich in vitamin C, by the way. It also has a lot of fiber, right? Some of you are having urinary problems, and you can't urinate. You can't urinate, but if you eat enough mangoes, trust me, you will. Okay, I've got to respond to Dr. Richard to let him know that we are not going to be on with him today. No internet. Okay? Sorry about that interruption, but I had to respond to him. Because he was supposed to be on, and it's not set up to have him today, or it would have been a very good program with him, right? Yes, I know many persons who have difficulty urinating. They don't go as frequent. They have difficulty. You have the urine come down. Eat mangoes. You eat mangoes, and trust me, you're going to pee. You're going to urinate. As a matter of fact, you're going to urinate plenty because it will make you urinate. It will make sure your bowels move. It has that in it. Okay? It will make your bowel move. It will make you urinate. And it will clear the urinary tract of a lot of things. So eat your mango. Now, there's some persons who would have come to us for screening who, as a result of certain conditions that they have, will be advised by the device to avoid using certain things, including mango at times. But that is specific to the person, not everyone. Right? When we screen you, it's an individual thing. Okay? It is not, you wouldn't get the results like everyone else most of the time, or unless you have the same condition, same problem, or same DNA, which is almost impossible. Okay? So you eat your mangoes, right? I also saw sapodilla in season. Okay? I got some sapodilla. I did. As a matter of fact, I had some this morning. Sapodilla. Awesome fruit. I enjoy sapodilla. I enjoy my mangoes. So eat fruits that are in season. When the fruits are in season, eat them. But the problem that we have here in our society, one of the problems, is that the persons who sell these fruits, who sell these mangoes and sapodilla, and so they buy these things at a rock bottom price. I know that. Okay? I know that they do. And then they go back and they sell them at an enormous price, which denies some persons from having the ability to purchase. Okay? If you have the space, grow your own mango tree. Okay? Grow your own mango tree. So when mango come, after a while, and your tree bear, you have mangoes to eat. Right? The second thing I want to talk to you about is to eat from your own garden. Eat from your own garden. Plant a small garden, even if it's in buckets. Even if it's in the gutters that you put on your roof that are old. Put soil in there. You can plant callaloo, you can plant pak choy, you can plant bora, you can plant tomatoes, you know. You can plant pak choy, you can plant things that can grow in a way in which you don't need a big yard space to plant them. I do that myself. Okay, and I get my callaloo, nice thick broadleaf callaloo, and I blend and I would have it stewed or cooked and put in soup and whatever. Okay? Eat from your own garden. Eat from your own garden. I'm telling you, because you cannot go wrong. Here are some reasons why. Here are some reasons why you should eat from your own garden. Eat from your own garden because, number one, you know what you plant. And by the way, when you plant your garden, make sure your animals or your dogs or your cats can't get access to your garden, because they will pee on your fruits and vegetables. They will mess in the yard space. You know, I don't understand why people have to have dogs in their homes. Why you have to have a dog in your house? Dogs belong outside. Do you know what comes with dogs? You know what dogs bring when they come? And people say, oh, well, I take him to the vet. Okay. The dog is breathing the same air you're breathing. And he's breathing faster than you. His heart rate is faster than yours. So he's breathing in and out all the time. And you are breathing the same air he's exhaling. I don't know if you ever thought of that. The more dogs you have, the more contaminated your house is. The dogs are going to shed fur. You can't see the fur unless it's piled up. The dogs will come with ticks and fleas at times. They go into your home, they enter your house, they go on your carpet, they go in your bed, they bite you, you think it's a mosquito. They give you Lyme's disease. Y'all don't understand what dogs bring and cats bring in your house. They need to be outside your house. And they must be contained away from your garden. Dogs also bring worms, dogs and cats. You can't see the worms that they excrete when they mess unless you're watching closely. They have worms that they excrete, and the worms go into your system. They go into your food. They go into your... And the other thing that happens with dogs, especially, and cats, the mosquitoes love their bodies. So the mosquitoes bite them, okay? And they kind of brush them off. But then the mosquito bites you too. Hardly likely would the dog kill the mosquito, because by the time he raise up his paw to brush them off, still the mosquito gone. The mosquito bite the dog and he come and bite you. And guess what? He brings a larva and deposits it in you. And that larva becomes a worm in your body. And they multiply and they eat and they mess and they go all over in your body, all behind your eyes. Think it's a joke? Do your research. So all of you who've got these dogs in your houses and these cats in your houses, no wonder some of you are very sick. And the children are playing with the dogs and the cats. The first thing that you're doing wrong is breathing the same air that they're breathing. Once they're in your house, you can't help it. And when you go on to bed, they're scratching their bodies and whatever it is, you don't know what's going on. Some of them sleep in your own bed. Some of you allow the dogs to sleep in the bed. So I don't know. I don't know, man. Don't know. So keep your dog out of your garden. Put a fence so he can't get in, because he can urinate on your vegetables. And once you do that, it's contaminated. But grow your own vegetables. Eat from your garden. Now don't tell me, oh, I got concrete, I can't plant. Nonsense. Paint pots, buckets, tubs, those gutters from your roof. Put them neat in the yard and plant. Okay, let me see, we're getting a call here. Where is this call coming? The call coming in my phone. I can't take this call. Yes. So don't tell me you can't plant. You can very well plant. Dr. Richard is trying to get through here and he's calling on my phone. I don't know if he's calling to talk to me or what, but we have to somehow get him to know that he can't. He wants to be on today, I know. Okay. All right, you know what I'll do? I'm going to put him on speaker. 1 second. Please bear with me a little bit. Maybe he wants to get through here, and I can put him on speaker maybe. Let's try something. We'll see. Yes. So don't tell me that you can't plant. You could plant. I do it. And don't tell me, oh, I ain't got time. Okay? Because you could make time. We all have 24 hours in a day. We don't sleep all 24 unless you're in bed or you're bedridden. All right, Dr. Richard is calling. Let's see what he wants to say. Let's hear from him. Dr. Richard, good afternoon. We're on the program here, and I'm trying to do I'm live in the studio. Good evening. How are you?
Good evening, Dr. Joe. Who's Dr. Rich? How you doing?
Doing very good. I don't know if the audience can hear you, but I'm on live, and you were to be on with me today, but somehow it wasn't programmed so that you can call in or you could be on live while I'm on live. So they're going to work on that. Is there any contribution you want to make? I'm talking today about how not to get sick. And I've covered 2 areas already. One where we talk about eating from your own garden and consume the fruits that are in season. Would you like to make a contribution to the public today?
Sure. You're speaking about disease, right?
We're speaking about disease, how not to get them.
Disease, right?
How not to get them, yes.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I don't know if the audience can hear you, but I can hear you. Go ahead.
Well, you, you're breaking up a lot.
Because the signal is weak. That's why you're not on live. But go ahead and make the contribution. Go ahead.
Well, yeah. I mean, you're speaking about disease. Good evening to everyone who can hear and to you, Dr. Joe. You know, most disease begins with inflammation. You know, I like to start from that. And inflammation, there are like two types of inflammation. You know, there's acute inflammation and there's a chronic inflammation. Now, acute inflammation is sort of healthy inflammation, and you know, because you fall down, you bruise, you get hurt. You know, the body has mechanisms that already are built in to protect it from harmful stimuli. You know, for example, you know, bacteria or viruses or toxins, heavy metals. You know, even cell damage. And you know, this acute situation that the body has allows it to heal. That's the first thing. Now, if you get hurt, for example, or you get a bacterial infection and you don't handle it correctly, then it switches over to a chronic situation, where instead of it being a healthy situation with the acute, stimulating the body's own mechanism to heal, chronic situations occur when you sort of don't take care of the problem. You see, the first thing the body does is to tell you something is wrong. And if you don't listen to or do something about it, then that situation becomes very chronic. And then what the chronic inflammation does, and it's referred to as really unhealthy, is to trigger a lot of dangerous conditions inside the body, causing harm. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. We're listening. We all are listening. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Are you still there?
Yeah, continue. We all are listening. We're hearing you. Go ahead. Continue.
Hello?
Continue. Go ahead. You continue.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No. If you suffer from a chronic inflammation, and if you're experiencing something as along the lines of what I'm talking about, you know, you've gotten hurt and you haven't taken care of it, and now it's been a week or two or so, and the problem still insists, then, you know, what's happening is that problem is becoming chronic. And this is, you know, setting a situation where the existing condition is going to continue to stay for a longer period of time. And when that happens, you develop what is known as a chronic. Sometimes the situation is there, but it's not really troubling you as much. So that would be referred to as a low-grade inflammation. And low-grade chronic inflammation stays for years. You know, people come around and say, well, you know, I get this pain every so now and then, and you know, it's, you know, every time I do this or every time I eat that, you know, that is a low-grade chronic condition. And if it's left untreated, then you have a problem. Continues through the age, you know, through the time period in which you exist. And a lot of times chronic inflammation or low-grade chronic inflammation, as you get older, it's mistaken for old age problems, you know. You're getting arthritis, you're losing your sight a little bit, you know, you're getting pains in the back here and there, you know. That is mistaken as you get older. Hey, you know, I'm getting old, and that's a mistake a lot of people make. You know, if you don't mitigate or you take care of the problem, you know, these things follow you throughout your life. And this is exactly what happens if it's not taken care of. You turn these chronic conditions.
Okay, Dr. Richard, hold a second. I'm going to take a live call. Hold a second for me. Good evening. Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Dr. Hill,
Yes, go ahead.
uh, uh, I would like to know how much is your consultation fee?
Okay, you call in the morning at the clinic and they will give you all the details you need. Right now we're discussing the disease process.
All right, okay.
Just call the clinic in the morning, okay?
I will do that.
The 2316477 number.
I will do that.
All right, thank you very much.
Look.
Good, bye-bye. Yeah, Dr. Richard, go ahead. Sorry.
That's okay. That's all right. I mean, this is life, and this is exciting.
Mm-hmm,
You
okay.
know? So the body has, like I said earlier, we have innate protective response mechanisms. You know, it's called the immune system.
Exactly.
And once the immune system is activated, and it gets activated in acute conditions. And it doesn't have to necessarily be any big problem. I mean, you could get like a thorn in your finger, you're working in the garden, you hurt your tongue, or you get a cut or something. You know, immediately what happens? The cut bleeds, it gets red, it starts to swell after a while, right? It gets hot, and you start feeling pain, which is the last thing. So that's an acute mechanism your body is built with. And what happens, the body's immune system is actively, if it's active now, it stimulates mechanisms to take care of the problem. But if perchance that problem is not mitigated or taken care of properly, then that condition, that very same cut that you have,
Okay, we are having a little signal problem. A little signal problem here. Seems like we're going to lose Dr. Richard. Dr. Richard?
yeah,
Go ahead. We had a little signal disruption.
yeah. What I was saying is that
The same
dealing with-
condition with the immune system. You stopped at that point.
Oh, okay. What we're dealing with, basically, if your immune system does not mitigate or take care of the problem, this condition, instead of being an acute inflammation, becomes chronic inflammation, and it can go from it spirals out of control. I mean, you can lose that. You know, that cut can be infected. It could become gangrene. It could get bacterial infection, viral infection, whatever. Once it's open,
Develop
anything
septicemia.
goes.
Becomes septic, and then you're in bigger trouble.
Exactly. And that leads to chronic conditions. And what I was saying earlier is that most of the disease, if not all of them, is due to chronic inflammation.
Mm-hmm.
Heart problem is you having vasculitis. The vessels that take the blood to the heart, away from the heart, vessels in the heart are inflamed.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. That's what it is. What in okay? It could be microorganisms like bacteria, virus, fungus. It could be anything, you know. And once you take care of that condition, you remove the offending organism or the offending chemical or whatever it may be, you know, more than likely the body goes back to normal. It goes back to normal. They have found, and they are looking very carefully now at heart problems and the pathology of the disease of the heart. You know, problems with your brain, Alzheimer's, you name any disease. What they're finding out now is that it's due to chronic inflammation.
Mm-hmm.
If you're able to handle and take care of the inflammation, more than likely you are going to be able to take care of that disease. So the disease basically is a symptom of a condition, which is inflammation. You know, And that's basically it. Now, there are contributing factors to cause these inflammation. One of them is stress. Now, you know a lot about cortisol. I know you've been dealing with cortisol.
And that is one of the factors that I have on my list to reduce the stress. Reduce the stress. Avoid stressful situation. And I state it's fix what you can. Whatever you cannot fix, find someone who knows what to do to fix it and give that to them. Don't stress yourself, because the fact that you cannot fix it and you're worrying about it and you continue to allow it to happen can lead to a situation where you become a victim of inflammation.
That's right. That's right.
The stress itself will not cause it, but the effects of the stress can contribute to that, because you keep worrying and worrying and worrying. And then you're not eating well, and you're not building your immune system, and you lay down to sleep when you're not sleeping at night. You know, those are all destructive elements that contributes to the inflammatory state.
That's right. And they have found that stress, believe it or not, it sounds really crazy, contributes to cancer.
Of course.
It's incredible.
It's inflammation again.
Yes. You know, it contributes to weight gain.
It does.
Diabetes and osteoporosis, you know, because, you know, cortisol is there. You know, it's out of whack. You know, you can't sleep. You can't do anything, like you said. And one important thing that is very helpful is to really, and I keep using the same word because it's what's really needed, mitigate what is causing your stress.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes people have stress in their families. Parents stress people out. Children stress them out. You know, it's get away, get rid, or somehow mitigate. You know, get help with the stressor. You know, what is causing you stress? You know?
Fix the causes. Fix the causes. You know, if you don't fix the causes, then it will get out of hand eventually.
That's right. That's right. It makes you old quickly.
Make you age.
Making you look. Yeah. You know.
Stress. The effects of stress can cause someone to commit suicide. That's how dangerous it is.
Yeah.
The effects of stress.
It works in your mental faculty. Physically it affects you, mentally it affects you, you know. So you know, try to mitigate that. The other thing is that causes people that contributes to inflammation. And when I say inflammation, we're talking if you can get rid of the stress. If you can, you know, stress, a little healthy stress is okay. But if that stress continues to be around, or you know, you can get into, you know, a chronic condition.
If it begins to take an effect on you negatively, then you need to really take it serious and correct whatever it is that's causing that.
That's right. That's right. And you know, all the other things. I mean, a whole host of ailments, diabetes. You know, increased cortisol can cause make you get obese. You eat a lot because you're depressed. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So the other thing is that can contribute to chronic inflammation is an inadequate sleep.
Oh, right. That's believe it or not, that is one on my list of things also. It's one right here.
Yeah.
I have it. You know, let me see which one it is. I have it right here. Get your rest daily. Sleep. Take some naps.
Yeah.
Try achieving sound sleep minimum 6 hours per night. Minimum 6 hours per night. Sleep. People don't understand the importance of sleep. It's very important. The body heals when you sleep. The body resets. The organs reset when you sleep. They rest when you sleep. Some are working, but some are resting when you sleep.
That's right. You know, you don't sleep, everything keeps working. I remember we had one family member, he stopped sleeping after a while. He couldn't sleep for years. You know. And I was like, wow, you don't even take a nap? No, I can't sleep. You know. Now looking back, that had to do something with his brain and the mechanism in his brain.
It wasn't the brain
know?
wasn't shutting down. It wasn't shutting
Yeah.
down.
Yeah,
Wasn't
it's
shutting
like
down.
right. It wasn't shutting down properly. It's just like a computer.
Exactly.
You you put it on a sleep mode. It's still on. It's still on.
Yeah, because you
And
didn't turn it off.
no, no, you didn't turn it on.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of the other things. Believe it or not, and this is another one, and we see it every day. Microtoxins.
Oh yes.
Microtoxins. Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
There's a whole host of them. Aluminum.
It's
can
on.
cause
It's on.
you to
Believe it
have
or not, it's on my list.
um,
It's on
yeah,
my list. Detoxify,
aluminum.
detoxify your body system regularly from chemicals, from the metals, from the mycotoxins, from the pesticide, from the herbicides. You know what is happening in our farming system today? The farmers are using an enormous amount of chemicals to produce the foods faster. And people don't realize that they consume these chemicals when they consume the vegetables.
That's true. That's true.
And
I, I,
the reason why it doesn't it affects them badly is because they do not detoxify themselves. People don't even know what that means. Some people don't know what that means by when you talk about detoxifying, cleansing your system, removing the toxins, the elements that are destroying your body system. Remove them, cleanse, detoxify.
mhm. Yeah, detoxify. I mean, aluminum can cause so many diseases. Aluminum causes, and mercury and lead. I mean, we can do a whole program.
And
on
guess
that.
what? Guess what, Dr. Richard? There are many persons here in Guyana, and I know you're calling from overseas. There are many persons here in Guyana whose utensils, the cookware, guess what it is? Aluminum. Aluminum
Yeah.
cookware. The pressure cooker, the pots that they make the stew in. They cook the rice and they leave the rice in there and put it in the fridge in the pot. You know?
Yeah.
And all that aluminum, the oxides, it's getting into the food, and they wonder, why am I getting metal poisoning? Why am I having toxicity? Why? You're using utensils that are not, they're not designed really to give you what you need from foods. They will add what you don't need to the food.
That's right. That's right. The other thing is too, and I fall a victim to that too, because I love the way it looks. Copper utensil.
Copper
pots.
cookware. Mm-hmm. Copper
Yeah.
cookware. You gotta use
Those
stainless steel. You gotta use iron, stainless steel iron.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those are the ones you want to hang
Yeah.
out with, or glassware. Pyrex.
Yep. That's right. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know using copper pots can cause you to have, after a while, arthritis, a bitter taste in your mouth.
Too much, of course. It's copper.
know,
It
oh,
makes your breath feel, your saliva feel like you're eating or drinking copper soup.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
I did not know. I just love the way it looked like. It's not gold, but it's close to gold. It's nice. It's a
Yeah.
nice looking. But it can, using copper pots to cook, make you go to the bathroom a lot. Excessive urination, hardening of the arteries, headaches, impaired liver function.
It's
Iron
heavy
deficiency.
metal. It's
Yeah.
heavy metal.
Yeah. It can cause you to, have scleroderma too. I mean, it's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So heavy metals. The other thing is that's contributing to chronic inflammation. The other thing is lifestyle habits. Drinking, smoking.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're drinking, and smoking. You're constantly insulting the lining of your blood vessels and your organs.
Your
Your
stomach,
lungs.
especially your stomach,
Exactly.
your liver.
And- Exactly. And sexual promiscuity too. People
Yeah.
going from one party to the same thing. You introducing foreign microorganisms into your body. You know, every time you go around sleeping with this person, that person, whatever that person have, you're gonna get.
Of course.
You know,
And we see a lot of that.
and
We see a lot of that in the screenings.
exactly,
A lot of that.
exactly.
A lot of persons are walking around with bacteria, with infectious diseases, and they have no symptoms, and they don't even know.
Exactly.
They don't know
Exactly.
because they're hidden
You know,
infections. They're what we call hidden infections. They're there,
that's right.
they're creating havoc, but they're not showing themselves. They're just showing themselves in the end result. You know,
That's right.
eventually your prostate begins to give you trouble. Your bladder begins to give you trouble. Your uterus begins to give you trouble. Your ovaries are
Yep.
enlarged. You begin to get fibroids and tumors and all sorts of things. And you're wondering, why am I? And then you, oh, it's normal. It's not normal. It is not normal.
It's not normal. It is
It's not normal.
And and you know, when you first told me years ago, when you said, because I was trained, and most physicians are trained to believe that, especially when it comes to your prostate, you know, and it's in a lot of textbooks. It says that most men, as they get older, they
Mhm.
succumb to prostate problems,
Mhm.
even prostate cancer.
Hmm.
And you know, looking now at what we're seeing, you know,
You can
it's
see
a big
why.
revelation. Huh?
You can see why.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
you
You
can
can
see
see
why.
why. And it's I don't know why it's not. I it's a mind-boggling thing because, you know, it's evident, you know, that whenever you have a prostate issue, there is a hidden infection.
Hmm. We
You
see it
know.
all the time. I mean, it's clear, but it is not naturally seen. You see, and it is said, it is stated that the prostate situations, enlarged prostate, prostatitis, it's an old man sickness. That's what is used. It's an old man sickness. Well, so what happens to the guy who's in his 30s and 40s, who gets the same condition that the man in his 60s and 70s or 80s get? Do you call it? Is it an old man sickness still? He's in his 40s. Why is it that he's having the same issue? It can't be an old man sickness. It's a hidden infection that is contributing to his prostate disorder.
Yeah. I mean, and you know, we were taught that in medical school
I know,
that
I know that it happens in an old. As you get older, you know, it's an old man sickness nonsense. The reason why they call it an old man sickness back then is because it took years for it to manifest into the state where it gets to create the problem that gives you the diagnosis of prostate cancer, prostatitis, prostate adenoma, benign prostate hyperplasia, because it takes time to manifest itself. You see, it's a hidden infection, so it just peeps out and does its damage and goes back in. It peeps out, does the damage and go back in. It's crazy. It's crazy.
yeah. It's hiding. And you know, and you know, the thing is, people hope that you can come and get one pill and take care of it all at one time.
No,
It's been there for
unfortunately,
years.
unfortunately, it is logical that if something has been affecting you for years, that you cannot fix it with one pill or within one treatment. It takes time to get it from wherever it is because it doesn't only sit there in the prostate; it's in other parts. It's affecting other
Yeah.
parts, but again, it's doing it silently and it's hidden. It's like a thief in the night. It just comes and does its damage and it's gone. It hides.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
And people have to realize, I mean, that you know, whenever you were having an intercourse with somebody, you know, everything that person has in them,
It's transferred into you,
it transferred into you.
male or
You know.
female, male or female.
Or
And
female.
the sad thing is that you don't know what the person has. And
Exactly.
I had to be explaining it all
Yeah.
week that in many instances, in most instances, the parameters that are set in the laboratories are not low enough to detect these hidden infections. They only detect them when they get to a certain stage where it's pretty far gone. Then when it reaches the parameters, then they pick it up. but by then it's pretty far gone.
That's right.
See?
And you know, I let people know if you know you went, and people always say, well, you know, I went and got a test and they said it was negative, and you know, well, they're complaining of having problems urinating, complaining of having discharge, complaining of having all these different things that go along with the symptomology of hidden infections. But then they go and get tested and there's nothing there,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you show it, you know, it's like, I can't believe it.
I went to the
And I
lab
understand.
and nothing was picked up or detected. And, oh, I have to get another opinion again. You've already gone to 6
Yeah.
hospitals. You've already seen 20 doctors. And now you come. Now you know. Now you see because you can see. Now you know. And then you're going to say, well, you know
Yeah.
what? I have to get another opinion. You've already gotten 17 opinions. And nothing was fixed. You know, sometimes it boggles my mind that people will come to the clinic after they would have gone all over the place to see whoever they see. Okay, we ain't knocking anybody. And then they come to you in a state where it has gone chronic now. It's been there for a long time. And you help them to find, you detect what is causing the issue. You detect what is causing it. How come they didn't pick it up? How come I have to get another opinion?
You know.
Well,
and,
the
you know,
other
it's
thing that
like-
is wrong is that at many institutions they're told that, look, man, it's no big deal. The pain will go away. Just take some painkillers, whatever it is. And for years,
Yeah.
as you do that, it just keeps getting worse. You know,
Yeah,
and until
yeah.
it gets to a state where it's pretty much irreversible. Yeah.
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 You know, or the women are told that, you know, some things are normal, you know, so, yeah. So, you know, it's,
I say it in my work on my program. And Dr. Richard, we're going to wrap up in a minute because I got a few things I want to discuss, I want to share. I always say it in my program. If a doctor tells a woman that her vaginal discharge is normal because she has a discharge and it's normal, then she too needs a doctor who can tell her why she have that discharge, because it's not normal. It's not normal.
well,
If it's not your menstruation or your ovulation or the secretion that is normal during an orgasm or so, anything else is abnormal, especially if you're seeing it every day. And you better get it looked at properly and fixed because that will take you down. That discharge that
Yeah.
you're being told is normal will take you down. It's been doing it all the time, and it will continue to do it once you don't fix it. See?
that's right. Whites and yellows and all those things.
It,
Whites, you know,
sometimes
can-
it gets green.
And green, yes,
Yes.
it was, you know.
It gets green, and then
All
they
those
go
things.
and the doctor say, "Oh, it's just a yeast infection. It's normal." Dr. Richard, we're going to do this again until we can get
Yeah.
the situation fixed here. This was a very good application. You know, you can still be involved, and I thank you for your input. We appreciate everything that you did so far, and you continue to do, and we appreciate you working along with us to help us to overcome some of the sicknesses that we see here in Guyana. Thank you very much, Dr.
Yeah.
Richard. We appreciate it.
If you will permit me one thing, and then I'll go.
Sure,
The
sure,
food.
sure.
The-
Go ahead.
The other contributing factor, and this is the last, is foods. There's some foods that promote inflammation,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's foods that turn off inflammation.
Mm-hmm.
So the food list that we give people, you know, when they come, the list, these are foods that turn on inflammation in their body specifically,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And that's the reason why we tell them all the time that, you know, try to adhere to that list, because these foods, and many of them may be your favorite, they're contributing
Mhm.
to your present health dilemma right now,
Yes.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the, you know. I
Very
wanted
good,
to
very
make-
good, very good factor there. Because many persons, you know, that is the most disputed area. The most disputed
Yeah.
area. I can't eat curry. I can't eat what? I can't eat no flour. You know, I can't eat no wheat. But wheat is good. And we didn't say that it's not good. But what your body is saying to you is that at this time, these particular foods are contributing to your inflammatory state. it's making your
That's
body
right.
sick. So until you overcome the sickness, don't use them. That's what your body is telling you. So I'm glad that you put that in there. That was very important. And
Yeah.
we will continue this format again. Okay, Dr. Richard?
Okay.
Until
Thank
we can
you.
resolve the issue here with the live program, we're going to continue this process. All right? Thank you very much for your contribution.
You're welcome. Have a good night.
You have a good night.
to
Good
everyone.
night. Bye. Yeah, that was Dr. Richard. And my goodness, we only have 3 minutes? It can't be. It's impossible that time went so fast. It's impossible. Good evening.
Hi, good day, sir. I'd like you to please tell me about the system, the cleanse out the system, detoxification system. You could tell me some things I could do.
Yeah, of course. You need to first turn your volume of your television down because we're getting a feedback here. And believe it or not, we only have a couple minutes more. I can't believe the time went so fast. But what you want to do, number one, there's several factors that you can contribute. They're normally they're components now that you can use to help to remove the toxins out of your body system. Okay, they're available at the clinic. If you like, you can call and get some data on that at the clinic, or you can stop in, call and stop in. There's a procedure that's called a colonic irrigation, colon therapy, where you would that's invasive. You go in and extract the matter out of the system. Okay, there's some persons who do that all the time because they're highly constipated. They don't get normal bowel movements and they bloat and all of that. So they come to the clinic and we perform the colonic on them and remove the matter. But you can also detoxify your system by fasting. Okay, in other words, you avoid consuming foods that you would consume normally. Go on a fruit detox. You use fruits for a week or for a few days. Okay, you use soups without any flesh and all that. You know, you can basically detoxify yourself.
Well, I'm not a meat person. I use very little meat.
Okay, you can detoxify yourself by
lemon in the morning with some.
You can use lemon juice as a form of a detox, but that will work on your urinary system pretty much. The kidney, the bladder, you know, that will help to flush your system of maybe even some acids and.
Lime would be it.
No, not lime. Lemon. Lime is acid. Lime will give you crystals that will form stones.
Okay.
Lemon is pretty much, it's alkaline and it will help to remove stones. It will help to flush the system. A little bit of lemon in your water all day long will even lower your blood pressure if you have high blood pressure.
So you could use this any other than lemon. You got any other thing like lemon base, any kind of other products? Because sometimes you don't get a lemon.
You can get lemons. You just may have to pay more for them sometimes, but they're lemons, right? But you can also fast. You can also maybe go on a water fast where you use water for maybe 2 or 3 days and flush your system. Just allow the water to purge your system, but get good water. Okay, there's several ways that you can detoxify your system, but then of course you have the detoxification material that's available also that you can purchase, and it will help you to get a good cleansing.
I'm 67.
Okay, that's good age.
Meat and everything. I don't eat, I don't consume too much sugar and so on. I've been doing that for quite a number of years.
Very good, very good. It's
you know what I mean? And, I got high blood pressure, and I use medication in and out with it.
Your high blood pressure, even that is not normal for you to have. Okay. Now, I was just sent a note here that it's been said now that in our society that there are an alarming number of persons who are being found to have Lyme's disease. Lyme's disease. That's from.
I don't want to hold you back too long.
Thank you.
I just want to ask some gentleman, Dr. Richard, to tell him what a list or something. Or that's for a clinic. That's not for the public on the telephone or anything like that.
What did you say? I didn't get you clearly.
The food items that people should, think about or use it. I didn't get the real understanding.
Foods that you need to avoid.
Okay.
Right, foods you need to avoid.
Right.
But anyway, the clinic is there. If you need any assistance, you can call.
Yeah.
All right?
Thank you very much, listening to me.
Thanks for your contribution. You're welcome.
We appreciate it.
Sure. Okay, then, bye. Lyme's disease. You see, it was just sent to me here. Just on ABC News. They're just saying they're finding an alarming number of persons infected with Lyme's disease. You wonder why? Dogs are in the house. Cats are in the house. Mosquitoes are biting the animals and biting you back. You know, mites. You know, you think a dog belongs in your house? Okay, you keep him there. You will see what happens to you. Right? Anyhow, I can't believe it's already 7:02. I want to thank you for participating. I didn't get to do half of my list. The next week I'm going to continue this process here, and we're going to go down the list, and then I'll get Dr. Richards on so I can continue this list. But I want to thank you for listening, for participating. Don't be afraid to call, just like the gentleman called in. You can call, and I will take a minute, answer your question, and try to put you on the right path. Okay? This is Dr. Haynes saying good night. God bless you. And I want you to continue to strive for better health. That's what you want. And remember, disease is dis-ease. It is not normal to have a disease. Okay? Thank you. Good night. So long.